So up to this, we have seen in the last class. So we could derive the units of the real gas constants. These constants are also called real gas constants or van der Waals constants. So A is a van der Waals constant and B is another van der Waals constant. And from this equation, A n square by V square is equal to P. You can take the A is equal to P is here and the n square and V square will get inversed. So for pressure, atmosphere, for volume, decimeter cube square divided by n square is a mole square. So the unit for the van der Waals constant A is atmosphere decimeter power 6 per mole square. Similarly for the B is simply the volume per mole of gas. So it is expressed in decimeter cube per mole. A is the measure of van der Waals forces of a cohesion. So if A is having a greater value, that means that the cohesion forces are greater. So for experimentally, when people calculated the cohesive force in the hydrogen gas and the helium gas, it was found to be 0.024 and 0.034 respectively, which is a very small quantity, which indicates that the hydrogen and the helium, they do not have the cohesion. So for ammonia and carbon dioxide and chlorine and sulfur dioxide, these are all the gases which are easily liquefiable and which are easily soluble in water. For easily soluble and liquefiable gases, the value of A, the magnitude is high. It is 4.17, 3.59, 6.49 and 6.71 for ammonia, carbon dioxide, chlorine and sulfur dioxide respectively. So up to this point we have seen. Today we are going to discuss the very important characteristics of the real gas equation. And we are going to see how this real gas equation is changing at high pressure and low pressure and high temperature, how these observations are in accordance with the graph which we have discussed much earlier. Look at the equation for high pressures, when pressure is very high. See, this is the real gas equation, P plus A by Vm square into Vm minus B is equal to RT. Actually, I have written the real gas equation for 1 mole of the real gas. Suppose for n mole of the real gas is taken, it will be n square A by Vm square into Vm minus Nb equal to nRT. I have just taken off the n because I have written the equation for 1 mole of the gas. Here the V, instead of V, I have put Vm. Vm is called the molar volume. What is the volume of the gas of quantity 1 mole, which is called the molar volume. So P plus A by Vm square into Vm minus B is equal to RT. So when P is very high, what happens? When pressure is very high, then volume is less. This is the usual Boyle's law and Charles' law and Gay-Lussac law. These are all the laws which we have studied even at the beginning of this chapter. According to their discussions, when temperature is maintained constant, pressure and volume are inversely related. And when the volume is maintained constant, pressure and temperature are directly related. When pressure is maintained constant, volume and temperature are directly related. Only from these relations, when they are put together, we could arrive at the gas equation. So look here. So when P is very high, the molar volume is very small. The square value of the small and A by Vm square is negligible because pressure is high and A by Vm square is negligible. So this particular term vanishes at high pressures. So the equation becomes P Vm minus B equal to RT. So when the P is multiplied inside, P into Vm minus P into B is equal to RT. See what happened? When pressure is high, volume is small, therefore A by Vm square becomes negligible in comparison with the pressure P. So P into Vm minus P into B equal to RT. So I am going to take the PVM alone is equal to RT, the minus PB becomes a plus BB on the other side. Look here, if it is an ideal gas, PV is equal to RT. If it is a real gas at high pressure, PV is equal to RT plus BP, which means that the PV is greater than RT by BP units. If this BP is 0, then PV is equal to RT. This will become an ideal gas equation. But here, the PV is not equal to RT, but it is greater than RT by BP. So what happens from this you can understand. When pressure increases, this PB also increases, which means that PV is also increasing. Hence, the PV increases after reaching a minimum for further increase in the pressure. That is what is shown in this graph. Look here. Suppose if you take the ammonia, originally the compressibility factor, it is PV. With the pressure, it goes down and reaches a minimum value. After reaching the minimum value, it goes on increasing when the pressure is increased. So the increase curve is explained according to this equation. When pressure is high, what happens? A by Vm square becomes negligible. So the equation becomes P into Vm minus B equal to RT. So PV minus PB is equal to RT. So PV is equal to RT plus BP. So when pressure increases, BP increases. Therefore, the PV is greater than RT by the units of BP. So that is how the curve rises. Suppose if this BP unit is 0, what will happen? Automatically, this curve would have become a flat curve, that is of the ideal gas. So the deviation is shown because of this BP at the high pressures. So this is how a real gas behaves when the pressure is very high. So you can compare the behavior of methane. See, for methane also the PV comes down and it attains a least value here. After the least value, it goes on increasing when the pressure is increased. You take hydrogen. Hydrogen is not coming down at all. It simply goes up when the pressure increases. Similarly, for helium, it goes up when the pressure increases. So in general, I can say at high pressures, PV increases with the pressure because of the factor BP. So this is what is happening to the real gas equation or van der Waals equation when the pressure increases. Look at the next slide. At very low pressures, what happens? At very low pressures, what happens? For low pressures, molar volume is much greater than P. Look at this term. Molar volume is much greater than P because pressure is less. See, at a constant temperature, pressure is inversely related to volume. So when pressure is very less, volume is very high. So the Vm is much greater than B. So B can be neglected. So neglecting the B, the real gas equation can be rewritten as P in P plus A by Vm square into Vm. So this Vm is multiplied inside. So when you are multiplying the Vm inside, this becomes a PVm into plus A, this Vm and this Vm square. One of the Vms here will get cancelled. So A by Vm is equal to RT. Now you relate what is the PVm, that is the compressibility factor, is equal to RT minus A by Vm. Now what happens when the pressure is increased? Look here, PV is equal to RT for ideal gas. But for real gas, at lower pressures, the PV is less than RT by A by Vm units. Look here, at high pressures, what happened? At high pressures, what happened? PV is greater than RT by unit of BP. At low pressures, what happens? PV is less than RT by units of A by Vm. So what happens? When pressure increases, Vm decreases. When Vm decreases, Vm is in the numerator, then A by Vm increases, which means that PV becomes smaller and smaller for increase in the pressure up to certain point. Look here, now watch the graph carefully. I am taking a point here that is at lower pressures. At lower pressures, what happens? The PV is less than RT by the value of A by Vm. So when pressure increases, molar volume decreases. Molar volume decreases means A by Vm increases. Therefore, the PV is much less. It goes on decreasing. So it goes on decreasing in this curve. And it reaches a minimum value. And after the minimum value, what happens? Pressure becomes high. When pressure becomes high, this factor plays the vital role. When pressure becomes high, now A by Vm square is negligible. So what happens? PV becomes greater than RT. So when pressure increases, PVM increases. So up to this point, the second discussion plays the role. And after this point, the first discussion plays the role, and then it increases. So this is the meeting point of both the discussions. The first point at lower pressures, the second point at higher pressures. But these two lines meet at a dip. This is called the dip, the least position. So look here, and this is the responsible for the dip observed for carbon monoxide, methane, and ammonia. This is how the van der Waals equation is getting altered at low and high pressures. This is how the van der Waals equation is altered at low and high pressures.